Hey guys, it's Jack. Welcome to the special edition of the Fuzz Zone. Today I've got something really cool to show you. Normally you'd have to be a Fuzz Zone member to view this video, but because I've been receiving so many emails about the guitar I used in the last promo video, I decided to do this special video for non-Fuzz Zone members. So if you're not a member of the Fuzz Zone and you'd like to be, just go to the Analog Alien homepage and use the opt-in feature there and sign up. But I'm going to tell you about this guitar. It's an Eric Johnson, sort of. Some things, as you know me, that they've been done to this guitar because I can't leave well enough alone. So I definitely modded it. But I'm going to show you guys what I did to it. So I'm going to get the camera, bring it a little bit closer, and I'm going to let you know all the modifications that have been done to it and how I got that really cool SRV sound with it too. The only thing Eric Johnson about this is the body itself. This was from 2005, which I think was the first year they produced them. It's a gorgeous nitro finished body. The pickups are actually slider pickups. There's a guy in Australia, his name is Slider. I believe his first name is Rob, but he goes by the name of Slider. These are his vintage 59 set with the Bakelite covers, and it's the SRV set. It's the 59 SRV set, and he modeled them very, very closely to Stevie Ray Vaughan's famous #1 Stratocaster. So, you know, you're going to get this SRV tone, minus the fact that it's not SRV playing it, which you all know is a big thing. But just going by the equipment that he used, these pickups are just fantastic. They are beautiful. They have a bell-like clear tone. They're not brittle at all. And you've heard that in the video that I made showing it or demonstrating it just prior to this one. You can really hear it, and they come through. I am so happy with these. They're not cheap. A set like this with the chiclet capacitor, which is in here, the old capacitors that they used back in the 50s, runs about $300. But honestly, it's worth every penny. So I added these pickups on there, which is a big ingredient on the SRV sound. And also, this neck is not a standard stock Fender neck. I added the logo there too. Got a little sneaky. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll bring the camera around to show you. But this is a Warmoth neck, and I've had this neck for a long, long time. Since about 1985-86 I bought it. I've refretted it once with jumbo frets. It's a 12-degree radius. It's got a bone nut that I actually cut in myself. Schaller tuners. So it's not stock. And it's an odd neck. I've never seen a neck like this before. It's a full C, which is very comfortable. The 12-inch radius allows you to get those bends that are really important too. But the neck is not solid maple. It's actually got a maple cap. It's almost as if it's like a rosewood laminate. Like if you see the way the rosewood necks are with Fender, they actually laminate the rosewood on top of the maple. Usually when you see a maple neck, it's solid maple. This isn't. This actually has a maple cap. And I can't explain, but I have to tell you, this neck is, not only is it as stiff as a board, it's like iron, and I can get the action down to like just perfect with it. But it has a mellow tone to it as well. It doesn't sound overly bright like some maple necks do sound. There's the headstock. It's got a beautiful grain to it. The neck is not finished. It's just sealed. I have about 7 coats of nitro lacquer on this that I sprayed on just the headstock, just the face of the headstock, just to protect that decal. But aside from that, the neck has just been sealed. It's not finished at all. So it's got a very smooth feel to it. There's no nitro on it, there's nothing, there's just sealer on it. Those are the jumbo frets. Let me see if I can come in here like this and kind of show you where it's laminated. I don't know if you can see it. It's very hard to see, but it's actually 2 pieces in there laminated together, and the truss rod runs through, and like a vintage Stratocaster, you can adjust the truss rod right there. You have to take the neck off to do it. This is also not the original pickguard. It's a cream-colored pickguard. These aren't cream-colored. These are like a vintage white or aged white, but it kind of really blended nice with this cream-color pickguard, so I left it alone, and I did the wiring myself. But now there's something else that's very, very important in getting that SRV sound, and I'm going to show you guys that right now. We all know that Stevie Ray Vaughan didn't use very light strings. He actually used a heavy gauge. Well, when I was researching, because I love his tone and I thought he was just such a phenomenal player, he inspired me so much that I decided to find out exactly what those strings were. There's the set of strings that Stevie Ray Vaughan used. I called GHS up. I knew he used GHS. I just didn't know what set. And they were really nice to me down there, and they told me this was it. This is what he used. The set 1300, set 1300. They are pure nickel, they're roller wound. The high E is an 11, the B string is a 15, The G string is plain. It's a plain string. It's not wrapped, and it's a 19. The D string is a 28. The A string is a 38, and the low E string is a big 58. That's a big string. They said sometimes Stevie would just use this set as is, but more often than not, he would take the high E string and he would change it to a 12. He liked the feel and the sound of it better, and he tuned down a half step as well. And that's what I've done here. This high E string on this Strat is also a 12, and I've also tuned down too. If you're going to get this set, I'd recommend you doing that. But it makes a big difference on a Strat. It really gives the Strat a lot of punch because the strings are so heavy. And that low E, let's see if we could get a look at that, how big that is. That's really thick. It dwarfs the A string. I don't know if you can see that. Let me back off a little bit. But you can actually see how much bigger it is than the A and the D. It's really great. A lot of fun. A lot of fun to play the Strat like this. Let me move down here. Come down to the neck again. I just want to add one other thing. This is not a 21 fret neck. It actually has 22 frets. And you can see they've added an extension here to get that 22nd fret in. It actually extends, the fretboard extends over and out onto the Strat body itself. And I've mentioned before that it's not a solid neck. It is a solid, it is all maple. It's just not one solid piece of maple like a typical Fender neck would be. Again, it's laminated. That fretboard is laminated on there. And you can see how thick it actually is too. But it's got a great sound, great tone, great feel. It's a great guitar. I really like it a lot. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of the Fuzz Zone. If you're not a member yet, head on over to the Analog Alien website, use the opt-in feature on the home page, and sign up. It's free, it's fun, and I think you'll enjoy it very much.